Hello everyone, this is Joey from Adelaide. Welcome to chapter 3. Today we're gonna do a new method which is called put. Put is normally used within the CrUd. If you don't know what CrUd is, which is, you can actually Google it, and then it says C is for create, R for read, U is for update, D is for delete, in case you didn't know about that. With the put, right, I noticed that many of the REST service sometimes they do a little bit of cheating and use put as create. So even though posts are supposed to be used for create, I'm gonna do the same trick. So we're gonna use put to do some sort of create. Now, in case you guys are looking for the code for the for this video, is actually available here, and then you can look up into the commits to get to the different part. Okay, so back into the code. If you look over here, you might realize that my VS Code has kind of changed. That's because I'm using VS Codium. So I think Codium is a fork or branch from VS Code, but it doesn't have that Microsoft tracking in this in this IDE. So I would rather prefer using this IDE. And the other thing that I have moved the my dependency to Go mode, which you have to use Go 1.11 for that, so just bear in mind. Now, without wasting too much time, this is how we are going to do the put. Now again, copy the same signature as the top over here, because we still need to route our handler, and the way to do it is change that to dot put, and then give it a meaningful route, in this case /new student, and then we'll call it the new student handler. Okay, so I mean, the way we should do is small caps, because we're not gonna expose this to another package, so have to do a little bit of housekeeping. Okay, now with the new handler, again same thing, we're gonna copy the arguments from the top, because they share the same, almost the same signature. Now one thing that is different is that when you do a put, you actually have to read the content of the HTTP request. So it's nothing too much of a show, except that we kind of have to do the following. So what we say is B, which is the byte over here, and then error. Well, actually let's drop the error handling for now and assume everything went well, and use io dot read all, and then we just want to read the r dot body, but actually r dot body is, I'll just show you what is r dot body. R dot body is, if you look closer, the type is IO read closer. and if we hover over this, okay, so the read closer is actually an interface which implements read and closure. Okay, so going back over here, with this done, this will return us the content in the byte format. Okay, byte slice format to be accurate. And what we do is we want to use JSON. No, sorry, before that we need to declare somewhere to cast our byte back to the a structure, a student structure. So we have to declare a new student for that, obviously, and then give it a student type. And then to cast it from the JSON, we just say JSON dot unmarshal, and then we give it our byte, which is from the HTTP request body, and then we must put the address of the new student. Okay, this would then cast the byte from byte to the new student structure. Okay, now with that done, normally in a REST server, when you do a put, you need to somehow return and some kind of acknowledgement. So the way to do it is the following. You just resonant hang on, what did I miss here? Yeah, let me check what is going on. Okay, string. Yep, sorry, should be a string. Okay, so what you should do is just resonate the whatever you have read back to the user. This is the usual some sort of a common practice. So I think I missed one more step, which is, yes, we have cast from the byte to the new student structure. I think it's fair enough that we add it to our entry of our global map, which is the all student map here. So what we do is all student map. We will then insert that back to the all student map, and with the name of the student name. Again, this is an assumption that all the students have the same name. Okay, so usually you should use ID, not don't use the name. Is just a bad example. This is just a bad implementation. So let me reiterate. This at the moment, this key name should be unique. You should use ID which is unique ID instead of name. Is we'll just stay with this for the moment, and then I think we should be good to go. And to run it, we just do go run main.go. Alright, and then if we run that, and then if we come back to our browser here, okay, so if everything goes well, and if I get, okay, I should see Joey over here. This is like the last video. I'm gonna grab this content quickly because I'm too lazy to type. And then we're gonna change that to post, and don't forget that this URL should be new student, and paste the content over here, and we just give a minor change, and let's say we call this Peter, and Peter is 5 years old. And if we send, not post, sorry, should be put, okay, ready. And if we send that, oh, I think we kind of miss something over here because our content is 0. Okay, so let me check. Okay guys, sorry for the delay. I just noticed, not sure, I mean actually I now know what was the problem, but I'm not sure you guys are aware, but I'll show you anyway. So if you notice here, the N here is capital, and so with the A, which is capital. But if we go back and look into our code, notice the N here is a small letter N and a small letter A. Okay, we need to match that up with the code. So going back here, what we should do is lowercase n, lowercase a, and then the URL should be new student. And if we do a put now, there you go, we get the same resonance. Somehow this website has kind of magically uppercase the name of the object, so I'm not sure why this is happening. So yeah, so the attribute is somehow being uppercase, so but just bear in mind we need to have the matching contract over here. So as a bonus for this, for the people who are watching this video, good for you, I'm gonna show you one more new trick which was missed out on the last chapter. Now if you look at this route over here, you must have realized that the path, right, only carries a single parameter. You could actually give more than one parameter. So let me show what do I mean by that. So in order to do that, we just give another column followed by a name. So for example, we gave it something stupid, so let's say age over here. Okay, now if we go back to our student handler, okay, and obviously let's say student age, and then this should be matching. And if we print out the student age, okay, this should pass the name which was passed in to the URL, and as well as the age. Okay, let me just kill this thing here, and we should expect to see the whatever the user has passed in as age over here on on the terminal. So let me run that again, and if we go back to our nice REST server again, and we need to change that to get, by the way. So if we do, say, for example, joey slash age, which can be anything from now, say 39, and if I do a get, oops, I might, don't forget about the student. Okay, you need to put a proper path in, and if I do a get again, okay, now you only see my browser here, but if I swap to the editor, you can see that 39 is just right here. So it has passed 2 parameters by just this simple trick.